Hi everyone. So we meet today for the analysis. I think again a very brutal day of trading. All the major indexes, whether Nifty, Bank Nifty, mid cap, small cap, everybody was in pain. The broader markets were in pain. The main indexes were in pain, and more importantly, the favorite stocks, the stocks which have rallied throughout this 1.5 years, 2 years, they all were brutally killed today. So we'll go step by step. There will be an important video, it will be slightly long video because there are a lot of things to discuss. So let's start with Trump because that was the day we all were waiting for, and Trump has taken his oath yesterday. He has signed around 100 executive orders yesterday, and we also listened his inaugural speech as well. But the most awaited order of signing the sanctions on Canada, Mexico, China were all missing, or about the rest of the world as well. Not even a single executive order has been signed on the sanctions. So when he started his speech, the first statement he told was, "Today I am not signing any sanction order." And the market became so euphoric, and suddenly XG Nifty was around 230 to 40 points up. And I was seeing my YouTube channels and other channels. People started, posting videos, so the market will be 300 points up, 1,000 points up. And that's why I told, for any such big event, wait. You don't have to be in a hurry. You don't have to be preempting these kind of things. So see what happened today. Anybody who was not under the market actually got the market at the lowest point of 4 months. So you don't have to be superhero to charge or to anticipate and then take into trades. That is why I was always saying that wait for the day, let the volatility get over, let's see how it goes, and who would have done today? I think probably would have been the winner. So see, we have taken our positions at these levels, which I recommended, and we put a stop loss around 22,500. Our Bank Nifty, we put a stop loss around 47,500. So both the stop losses are not hit. We are still in the trade as such. We'll come to Nifty and Bank Nifty, but I'll just close about the Trump part first, and then we come to the Indian markets. So Trump has not signed even a single order for the sanctions. Now, what does this mean? In fact, he extended the TikTok ban by 75 days, and he said that he'll be reviewing that order after 75 days. So TikTok CEO was one of the financier into Trump election campaign. That's the reason why he has a soft corner towards TikTok. Democrats were not having that, but the Republicans and mainly the Trump has to do that because he was one of the financiers. So if anybody is astonished to see that ban extension, that is because he has helped Trump in its election rally. Now, it is very difficult to understand how Trump is going about. So the latest what he has told on the sanctions is that on 1st February he might think to put sanctions on only Mexico and Canada 25%. So originally he was talking about 60% sanctions. He was talking sanctions on China. China name was not even there. So looking at all these scenarios, it is the feeling is coming that he wants to struck a deal with most of the countries. I don't think he'll be putting blank sanctions. I don't think we are here to see such a high tariffs anywhere around the world. He will just use these rhetorics to create a deal or to make a deal. Otherwise, if a president is signing 100 executive orders and there is not even a single order on the sanctions, which means he's delaying the things tactically, he wants to buy more time, have a room for sanctions. If at all the thing does not fall into his court, then probably he'll take the last step, but this will be the last step. So this is what first thing I can make out. Now, what is the impact of this? The impact of this will be that dollar will not be able to strengthen. Yesterday also we saw around 0.5, 0.6 points down, dollar index. We came around 108, but then we were settling around 108.5 something. So even the bond yields came down. We touched around 4.5 and we were trading on 4.53. Rupee also today was 30 paisa stronger, which means that the trade which was to buy dollars, go and invest in America, America will become very great. I think nothing is happening of that sort. It was purely rhetoric. It is very difficult when a person sits on chair. See, I have worked in government organization for more than 7-8 years. I know it is easy to talk, but when you sit on that chair and when you see multiple dimensions, it is not easy for you to make decisions because there are repercussions. If somebody else has not done for 20, 30 years, there has to be a reason for it. You cannot come as a superhero and sign sanctions or sign papers like that. So that was one event. So what I'm saying is sanctions not being signed. But what has happened because of that is everybody is in a dilemma now. We don't know whether he will do it, whether he will not do it. So now every day you have to check his Twitter account, you have to check the US news, what sanctions he's putting, what sanctions he's not putting. So a dilemma has been created. Now, market does not like dilemma. Market wants a clarity. You put sanctions and let the market sink by 2,000 points. Market is okay with it. You don't put sanctions, market will rally to 2,000 points. Market is okay with it. But if you keep the market confused, then the market will remain confused. And that's the reason why you will see a lot of volatility. And that's what happened today in the markets also. So, because people will try to preempt what will happen, what will not happen. And if you leave the room for preemptment, then it becomes very difficult to trade in the market. So that was one part of the sanctions. And I still feel that we'll not see much sanctions, what he has told in the election rallies and all. Probably he will looking forward to make deals only. And it's very difficult. As of now, it's looking very difficult for Mr. Trump to do what he has told to such an extent as far as sanctions are concerned. Second was his borders things, etc. I'll skip all those things, all political things and nothing to relate to our stock market. One of the most important thing was the crude oil. So two announcements he made with that. One of his famous remarks that drill baby drill means he wants his drilling operations to increase the number of wells, have more drilling equipments, and produce more and more oil. So what he has told unofficially, and it's not very official, but he wants to keep the crude prices around $80 a barrel. He does not want them to go down specifically, but he doesn't want them to go up also specifically. And he will want his oil producers, to keep on kicking it. Second thing, what he has told that he's opting out of the Paris Environmental Pact, which means all the green initiatives, all these renewables, he will not be a part of it. So if US is not a part of it, which means world will also have to change the strategy. So this is again a good news for the oil. So one is bad news, one is good news. So you'll have more output from US that will keep a check on the oil output and which will keep a check on the prices. But at the same time, if the green initiatives go down, or at least US is not pushing for it, then I think the oil prices might remain to a steady level as well. Now, when you say that you have to increase the output in American markets, it's not easy. You have to find a place, you do your explorations, you have to drill a well, you have to have an infrastructure in place, pipelines, all those things. It is a 3 to 4 years project. So even when he's saying that he wants his produce to produce more and more oil, that will not be a single day kind of a thing. So you keep in mind that oil will ultimately go along with supply and demand and only. Neither it will react too much on what Trump has done in terms of opting out of the Paris Agreement, or what he's telling that he wants to produce more and more oil. See, with existing rigs, he will push. For existing rigs, he will push that you produce more and more oil, or you try to produce at the maximum possible capacity. But for additional rigs to come in, that's a very small or very small percentage of a chance, because of the time which includes to create that kind of infrastructure. So this was second big thing from US. Third was a security thing. He wants to have more secure thing, and the other political matters. So I'll not touch upon that. Now we'll come up onto the Indian markets. So this was Trump, and Trump, his press conference was going on yesterday. Today also he will sign some more announcement, but we'll keep on track on it. As of now, America is not looking as fearsome as it was looking to us 2-3 days before. Now come to our markets, and our markets have fallen. So I think FIs are short by around 330,000 contracts, and they have of course shorted at these levels, which we are seeing today, and probably there was stop loss hunting event also will happen today. We had a gap down. We had a market going down by 200 points on Nifty, around 700 points on Bank Nifty. Then there was a huge recovery when the Nifty became positive 60 points, and Bank Nifty was hardly 150 points down. So all those stop losses were hit, and then again we had a breakdown towards the end, and the monthly stop loss, which means the series low, those were also broken in Nifty. Bank Nifty में survive किया हमने, but Nifty we have broken those levels, which means that he has the players, the bigger players have hit the stop loss of the entities which have taken the long positions. So that is one target hit for the FIs or the bigger traders. Now, if we see what is happening into our market, so yes, FIs will be a seller. They are continuing to being a seller. But the good news is that the rupee is now steadying down. We don't. I'm not saying that it will not fall down, but it is looking like the free fall of rupee is over. It's just looking like that as of now. The strengthening of dollar, one-way rally of dollar probably has also stopped. The bond yields also, therefore, probably will have a balancing thing. They will react more onto fundamentals of US in terms of the inflation and job report, etc. All those things, rather than preempting sanctions and then there will be a lot of inflation and that's why the bond yield has to go up. I think that should not happen. So, in and all the factors will become a positive to India. What will become negative to India? If there is a bigger deal between US and China, and if US and China agree that let's together become stronger, so then that China plus one trade will not work out. China will look very cheaper to the FIs because China is trading at 50% valuations of India. So if that works out, then probably the money will continue to flow outside India. Now that money was initially going to the US markets because we are anticipating a big rally into US markets, which might still happen. I don't know. We'll wait and watch. But that some of the amount can also transfer toward China. So India से निकलेगा and probably it will go to China and to some extent to the other markets because of the higher bond yields and still the higher dollar index. So we have to wait and watch. So this is the negative for India. What is second negative for India is the earnings. But if you see the results, what have come yesterday, so I just took up, let's say, 2-3 important results. We saw the results of Indian hotels, very good set of numbers, punished yesterday. ICICI Prudential, very good set of numbers, punished yesterday. Dixon Technology, I thought was an excellent set of numbers, punished brutally today. So all these numbers, so all these high PE stocks, high growth stocks, जहाँ पे huge exposure was there from FIs, I think those are being deliberately sold off. So there's a lot of profit booking into this, and I think this particular capitulation the markets were waiting for. Probably we are maybe one capitulation away, but this market has become now again very attractive in terms of valuations because of two reasons. One is we have taken a price damage. So 26,400 levels of Nifty, we have reached around 23,000 today, or let's say 22,900 odd levels. This is the low of 7 months now. Since after 7 July, this is the low of Nifty. Bank Nifty also for 54,400 levels to now we are trading around 48,400, 500, and the low was 47,900 levels. So we are seeing again a 6,000 points cut there as well. We've also seen a time correction now. Since we are on to July levels, so Bank Nifty we are at around April levels, which means it's a time correction of around 7 months to 8 months. In Nifty, we have a time correction of around 7 months. So we have a time correction of 7 months and we have a price correction also around 12, 13, 14%. All the indexes now. All the bigger stocks, all the high P stocks have been sold off. A decent correction has come. You see a favorite stock like Trent. A high of 8,000, now it's trading at 5,700. So it's approximately 30% down. So the P corrections have also happened in most of the stocks. I think this is the time to accumulate. Keep on accumulating your stocks. Keep on. I would still recommend tomorrow if you get a dip, even take your derivative positions with a strict stop loss of 22,500 or let's say Bank Nifty ka jo monthly low hai, take a stop loss on that. But take positions tomorrow, maybe staggered manner. Daily positions you definitely take for your stocks. I think it's a good time to buy. In fact, you can buy Nifty ETF. We are 13% down. Bank Nifty around also be around 12-13% down. I think these are good levels to accumulate. ETFs, very safe mechanism because you're not betting on any particular stock. You're betting on the index. Anything which goes up will take the Nifty forwards, and that will help you in terms of ETF as well. That is also one more good strategy. So I think these are the levels to buy. These are the levels to accumulate. If you get 22,500 on Nifty, I think absolutely go gung ho with it. Give your full. Even if you have to deploy 100% of your amount, you can deploy that. Bank Nifty, if you're getting around 47,000, 47,500, or even the this month lows, I think go for it. These are the levels to buy. I don't think India's fundamentals have decreased. I don't think the fundamentals have changed. Yes, we are slow on GDP growth, but all the surveys are telling, all the good indicators are telling that there is a pickup in demand in this quarter. In fact, the numbers also we're not seeing so bad. The numbers are still coming mixed. I'm not saying that all the numbers are coming good, but there's a decent set of numbers which are coming from the companies. I don't think it's something like it's a complete washout, or I would say it's better than Q2 results. And going forward, we have a budget as well. We have a 7th February, we have a MPC policy from RBI where we'll see reliefs from the government and the RBI to aid the growth of India and to take back on track. According to me, we are again nearing a bottom. I don't think we are very far away from a bottom. This kind of volatility where you see large moves up and down, some stop loss huntings here and there. This is the classical way of forming a base and classical way of forming a bottom. So according to me, if you get those levels tomorrow, it's again a buy, and take positions of longer time horizon, whatever you take. If you're taking ETF, so it is infinite time. Even if you're taking derivatives, take March futures, for example. Don't take February futures. Uh, if you're taking delivery positions, then there's no issue at all because you can have infinite time for that as well. So overall, I think tough day for the market, but I will still say US, say whatever bad news we're expecting, it is much better off. I don't think that we were expecting such a phenomena from Trump that he will not sign a single sanction yesterday. So I think all in all, good for India, good for the world, and the way I'm seeing the approach. And one more thing, I think the way Trump is telling that, even Zelensky has told that I want to close a deal with Trump for the Russian war to end. So if that happens, if the sanctions are also lifted from Russia, for example, on their oil and gas, so 10 million barrels, meaning 1 crore barrels per day of oil can be come from Russia itself, apart from the gas and other reserves of metals and all. So, see, he wants to maintain world at peace. That was his one rhetoric, which is told yesterday's speech as well. So if that also happens, that will also be a good thing for the emerging markets, good thing for India also, because you're ending the wars and what we are importing. If that goes down, ultimately inflation goes down and our fundamental macros become good. And market is always forward looking. If the market will see these kind of changes happening, I think market will latch onto it and we'll see we'll see a rally just by anticipation of these kind of measures. So let's see how it goes this week. This week will still remain exciting. Anyways, I'll be there to tell what is happening around the world and what is happening in the Indian markets. So this was the analysis for today. Thank you so much.